All right, so restricting the player's ability to score in moments where, and it really this mainly and damn near only happens in moments where you have a obvious point. You have a wide open layup. You got a wide open dunk, a wide open jump shot, whatever the case may be. And basically, what would occur is that you would be forced into not scoring or going into an animation or a shot selection or whatever the case may be. Something would happen that would result in a missed opportunity to score when you were actually supposed to have the point. So right here, you know what this is, all right? And they do this a lot. They do this a lot on the alley hoop. I never see computer do this. I never see this happen with the CPU. I never see this happen, and I also don't see this happen when I'm passing someone else an alley hoop. Whenever I demand an alley hoop, and it's like a clear point, they force this to happen, where I catch the ball and I just drop. All right, because that's their way of saying no, you can't have that point. The AI intervenes in the game. It cuts it just steps in and says no, that can't happen. No, that cannot happen. Yes, this will happen regardless of what's going on. And they basically it's just a series of that sort of thing constantly going down in this game. I mean, it's an atrocity. It's so disrespectful. All right, because it nullifies your actual playing ability and the things that you're doing to lead up to a scenario where you can score. It nullifies your IQ. It makes it irrelevant how well you're actually playing. All right, it makes it completely irrelevant. So you could be dominating. You could just be doing. You could set up a play perfectly and have everything lined up. The AI would step in and say, no, that can't happen. It's just arbitrary. It's just cutting in and it's just determining what can and cannot happen, what will and won't happen. All right, and that's so. And once again, this is not the only time this happened. You make it say, okay, he jumped up at an angle. They do backwards alley. I've done a million backwards alleys, but regardless, okay, you could let's say I grant you that this shit happens all the time. I didn't notice it until I started demanding alley hoops. Originally, um, I never demanded an alley hoop. I didn't recognize that you could actually do it till I tried it after like 5 or 6 seasons of playing. And it's like, okay, I can do alley. I can demand an alley hoop. And I started to notice all of these moments where I'm driving and I have a wide open alley hoop, or I have little to no defense on it. But especially when it's wide open, I'm forced to just catch the ball and not go for the dunk. It makes absolutely no sense. All right, it's completely contrived. Too much of this game is under the direct control of the AI. The AI has control over things it has no business controlling. It should not be sliding you out of the way on defense. It should not be allowing computer to slide back in front of you after you done blew by them. You on a fast break, computers behind you, bumping you and knocking you off rail, knocking you off your route, knocking you off the fast break attempt. You're faster than certain players. For whatever reason, they're still allowed to keep up with you and just destroy every opportunity you have. I mean, it's just so fucking ridiculous. It's just so ridiculous. I want to say 2K has always been cheating, but around about I want to say 2K18 is when it became the worst. When it was just like they just threw away all merit, the entire meritocracy, the entire consequential element of the game, and it became very gimmicky. It became very gimmicky, and everything just became contrived and scripted, like scripted turnovers, uh, uh, whatever the case may be. I noticed in 2K21, they'll call a foul on you. Let's say you reach for the ball, you reach, they'll blow the. This is how you know that it's a scripted. I have these videos on my channel. It was a scripted foul call because you are reach before you barely even get to actually move your hand, way before you ever even touch the guy. You may not even touch him at all, but they call the foul way too early. Like soon as you press the button, they're already blowing a whistle because it was a predetermined, it was an automated foul call. So basically, the AI was just already saying, okay, next time you reach or on this play at some point, you're gonna get a foul for holding defense. Certain things are scheduled to happen on cue in this game. It's like a script, and a lot of things that happen, the AI is like divine intervention. It just comes down. It has this omnipresent influence and force over the game where it makes up shit on the fly, or it already has a narrative predetermined outcomes where they're forcing these things to occur. This right here was supposed to have been a dunk. If not a dunk, it could have at least been a layup. I can see you saying, okay, you couldn't dunk that. That could have been a layup. This was money. I done caught all kind of alley hoops on 2 and 3 defenders and dunked on their ass like it wasn't nothing. Dudes all on my back and all. This was a dunk right here. I'm a pretty damn decent dunker on this game. At least my career player is. But shit like this, it really fucks up the experience. And they know what they did. They know what they're doing with this game. Because you can, anybody with a certain level of intelligence, you can see where you're being fucked over and how certain things are based on a narrative. It's like certain things are generated and it's automated. Like, wow, this shit, it feels very gimmicky. All right, you trying to drive off a pick and roll or off a blow by, and it's like they don't really allow you to really take off unless they trigger a drive animation for you to take off and get to the bucket. Like, wow, how come I couldn't just run and get a dunk? Why did I have to, you know, it's just ridiculous, man. It's so much of this type of nonsense is going on, and it fucks up the experience. Peace.